Chiefs Kingdom, we need to talk.
Training camp started this weekend, and we have the details. Plus, contract details, ESPN rankings, and more.
Let's get into it.
Well, let's kick this off with day one, July 22nd. The pads aren't on yet, but believe me, you could feel the energy in the air as the fans got to see the Chiefs hit the field for the first time this season.
The offensive line has been the story the entire offseason, and it's not stopping at camp. New tackles Josh Simmons and Jalen Moore stepped up with the first string. Simmons, a rookie, took center stage at left tackle, while Moore filled in at right tackle for Jawaan Taylor, who's currently on the PUP list due to an offseason knee injury he's recovering from.
Running back Elijah Mitchell, an offseason free agent signing from the Niners, got a good chunk of reps on passing downs with the starters, showing off his hands out of the backfield. On defense, rookie defensive tackle Norman Lott looked really good, earning first-team reps during pass rush drills.
But the spotlight was definitely on Rashee Rice. He was absolutely dominant, hauling in multiple catches and a red zone TD from Mahomes.
He's good.
Patrick Mahomes couldn't stop raving about him.
You saw it at the beginning of last year with him being in the full training camp and another year of us and our communication. And it was going off to a very hot start, but he attacked the rehab process now and has came back ready to go. And so I had a good first day today. We'll continue to work, continue to get better and better, and he'll evolve his game to be even better than he was at the beginning of last year.
I agree, but we still don't know how many games he will be suspended this season. So let's temper our expectations.
Mahomes himself looked sharp, slinging the ball with precision. He had Rice on a deep out, connected with Travis Kelce over the middle, and even found rookie Jalen Royals for a 15-yard gain in the 11-on-11 drills. There isn't actually pressure in training camp.
He ain't lying.
So take that with a grain of salt. We already know Mahomes can throw the ball.
Now onto the defense. Trent McDuffie locked down his side of the field, breaking up a pass intended for Hollywood Brown. Jamari Connor also got some run at the nickel, which is a position he played a lot last year. However, this worries me. I'm hopeful that other cornerbacks can step up and allow McDuffie to play the slot over Connor. It's no secret to anyone that Connor struggled quite a bit in the slot last year.
After practice, Andy Reid was all smiles. No new injuries to report, which makes sense considering the practice was only an hour. Andy said,
"Yeah, so it's a ramp up. These are ramp up days, which I think are good, for probably everybody, coaches and players. And so it's a gradual ramp up, not only length of practice, but then also starting with our shells on and then working from there. So that's what we're going through now. This is day one."
When pressed about Travis Kelce's future, though, he kept it vague.
He's phenomenal. He's been great for this organization. Anytime you're with a guy for 13 years, you end up being close to that player. And so I've watched him grow as a player, as a man. And we haven't talked about last year's in that. So, you hope he plays forever, but that's probably not going to happen to any of us. So whenever he decides to hang it up, he's built a great legacy here. And if he decides this is it, it's it. If not, more power to him.
Now let's get into day two, July 23rd. The temperatures climbed into the mid-80s, but the Chiefs kept the intensity high, which was pretty impressive because I felt like I was going to die and I wasn't even playing football. Boy, I'd love to be in that VIP shade.
That's not happening.
The pup-less guys, quarterback Christian Fulton, right tackle Jawaan Taylor, and tight end Trey Watson were still sidelined, so the lineup stayed consistent for day two.
Simmons looked really good at left tackle, and Moore continued at right tackle. The secondary featured McDuffie and Jalen Watson outside, with Jamari Connor playing inside at nickel. Spags was pumped about Connor, saying,
Yeah, I'm real excited about Jamari. I just watch him out there. He's become a little bit of a multiple position guy, which is a good thing. I think you're going to see him you're certainly going to see him at nickel, you're going to see him at safety, and then if we get into some more exotic personnel packages, he'll be in there. I think he's an explosive athlete we got to get out on the field.
This felt a little weird, seeing that Spags has been talking about wanting McDuffie back in the slot all offseason.
Weird.
Practice was loaded with highlights. Wide receiver Tyquan Thornton made a leaping grab at 7-on-7 drills, fighting off tight coverage. With the threat of Rashee getting suspended, Thornton might be one to watch. Cornerback Christian Roland Wallace flashed with a diving pass breakup on a deep ball. But if we're being honest, Wallace barely made the team last year. He's got his work cut out for him to make it this year.
Mahomes was on fire. He threw a sidearm touchdown to rookie tight end Jake Briningstool in the red zone, then aired it out with deep strikes to Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice. He capped it off with a beautiful wheel route to running back Brashard Smith for a big gain.
The targets were spread out. Brown, Kelsey, Rice, Royals, and Thornton each got 3 looks. Rookies Royals and Briningstool kept turning heads, with Royals snagging a contested catch and Briningstool showing off soft hands for a big guy. Although, let's temper expectations for Briningstool. Let's wait till the pads are on and he can actually get hit.
Rashee Rice looked like he was 100%. No signs of last year's injury holding him back, though we're still waiting on word about any suspension. On defense, George Karlaftis and Chris Jones were disruptive, collapsing the pocket during team drills. But you can't judge too much considering they can't chase quarterbacks during training camp.
Special teams got a little love too. Cade York boomed a 50-yard field goal, and the punt coverage unit, led by Jalen Watson, pinned the return team inside the 20 twice. But I did see many players drop more punt receptions than I would have liked, and I'm not just talking about Sky. That's just a few of the stories that happened during training camp. There's so much going on, but Buck, I'd like to hear your thoughts on anything.
I'm pretty pumped for this season to start, and I'm pumped for the way the guys are looking so far in training camp, though I am optimistically apprehensive. It's only the first week of training camp, though we don't really know what they're going to look like once the pads go on. What are your thoughts, Bob?
That's a loaded question. I've got a lot of thoughts, but I'm not going to be able to say them all here. You guys can check out our weekly podcast. That's where I'll have a lot of thoughts. That's where Buck will have a lot of thoughts. But for right now, I'm just excited that we're starting to play again. The practices weren't super long. There wasn't a ton going on. We've only seen a little glimpse of what we're going to see over the coming weeks. I'm just going to have to see. There's so many position battles and everything is just all over the place. We're just going to have to wait. But I'm excited to ride this train the whole way through and see who stands out as the weeks go on.
That's what we think. What do you think, Chiefs Kingdom? Drop it in the comments below.
On to other news. George Karlaftis just inked a 4-year extension, meaning he's going to be a Chief for a long time.
It's a 4-year, $93 million deal with $62 million guaranteed, keeping him in Kansas City through 2030. That's an average annual value of $23.25 million, making him one of the highest paid edge rushers in the NFL.
Just for a little bit of context, that deal starts in 2027 after his rookie deal ends. Furious George's 24.5 sacks over his first 3 seasons show he's earned it. And at just 24 years old, he's still got room to grow. And we get to watch it all because his contract keeps him a Chief until he's 30.
The guaranteed money, $62 million, is massive, ranking among the top for his position. It's a clear signal that the Chiefs see him as a long-term anchor opposite Chris Jones on that D-line.
Andy Reid couldn't hold back his excitement, calling Karlaftis a relentless player who sets the tone for our defense. That's some high praise from one of the best coaches of all time.
This deal doesn't just lock down a star, it shapes the Chiefs' future. With Karlaftis secured, they've got cap flexibility to extend to other young studs like Trent McDuffie, whose rookie deal is up in 2026. But they might want to hurry up because McDuffie could be looking at a monster deal if he keeps balling out. I'm crossing my fingers to hope that he doesn't go out of our price range.
This is a strategic win across the board. Karlaftis has a motor that never stops, and that's huge for Spags' defense. It's a great base for our D-line, but Chris Jones and Karlaftis can't do it all. We really have to hope that rookies Gelati and Norman Lott and maybe old school rookies like FAU could step up. We need more people to step up on the line or we're not going to get it done. That's what I think, but do you have anything to add, Buck?
That's a lot of money. But if you consider that the cap goes up year after year and this deal doesn't actually go into effect for another 2 seasons, and consider that other players are going to get other deals with bigger money, by the time it takes effect, it'll be average, maybe above average at best.
All right, switching to something fun. The Chiefs have a lot of players on ESPN's top positional players this year.
No surprise, Patrick Mahomes is number 1 at quarterback. He led the league with a 90.4 third down QBR last season, and analysts think he'll top that in 2025.
And the Beast Creed Humphrey locked in the #1 interior offensive lineman. His 96.2 pass block win rate, 0 quick pressures allowed in 653 snaps is absolutely insane.
Newly signed Trey Smith's #4 in that group with a 75.1% run block win rate. The Chiefs O-line is stacking up to look good.
Chris Jones was ranked the #2 defensive tackle. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Jones had 40 sacks over the last 4 seasons. Some question his stamina at 30, but he's still a wrecking ball. Believe it or not, New York Giants' Dexter Lawrence is currently considered the top defensive tackle.
You serious?
Trent McDuffie, no surprise, is #4 at cornerback. 11 pass deflections, 2 picks last season. He's a beast.
And my boy, Nick Bolton, you see him here on the wall right behind me, locked in the #4 slot at linebacker. People in Kansas City have been dumping on him constantly while we have touted how good he is. This is a statement. He's not the #4 middle linebacker. He's the #4 linebacker. You just have to admit you were objectively wrong.
And even after the down season that Kelsey had last year, he's still the #5 tight end. He saw 133 targets last year, still a top weapon despite a slight dip. Not too shabby for an old-timer.
All in all, we got a pretty good nod from ESPN about the stars on our team. Who did they leave out? Let us know in the comments.
Quick heads up, The Kingdom, a 6-episode ESPN series on the Chiefs' history and the 2024 season, will drop August 14th. Check it out.
It's packed with exclusive and throwback footage. The trailer's live now on the Chiefs YouTube channel, but hold up and wait to go check it out until you see our bloopers at the end.
Lastly, former Chiefs safety Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, announced his retirement. He was a beast here in 2019 and 2021 and helped the Chiefs to their first Super Bowl in 50 years.
And I have to second that, Buck. I am grateful to the Honey Badger for his role in our Super Bowl win, first one in 50 years. It's the first time me and my mom could celebrate without my mom telling me stories about how we used to be. We're really living in an awesome time. But tell us what your favorite Honey Badger moment is and give the man some love. He had a great career.
That's all we got for today. Thank you so much for hanging with us and stay until the end of the video. Don't forget to drop your comments below. And don't forget to check out the bloopers after the video.
Thanks for the chat, Chiefs Kingdom. We're out.
Plus, contact. Let's kick this off with July 20 something. Damn it. Let's kick.
Okay.
Oh, that was the one. You're in the picture there.
The
Simmons held firm at right tackle, except for he didn't play at right tackle. He played at left tackle, so I'm a moron. Simmons looked really good at right tackle. Damn it, he didn't play right tackle.
The trailer's live now on the Chiefs YouTube. The trailer's live now at the